say living life is free, I'll have to deny, 'cause every day I pay the price.
That's a big oof. I am so sorry for those people. It's sad that this is the way things are, but there really isn't too much you can do on a mass scale as a person. But then again, to make change, you have to believe that there is. And some people do, some people don't. I think that there always is going to be change, but you can't just expect you to do everything. That doesn't mean you can't be the person that starts everything, the person that gets the ball rolling, as they say. But welcome to the complicated but kind of simple podcast. I'm back with another video, and it seems that a lot of things are going on right now in the world that everyone has their eyes on. Maybe not a lot of things. Let me rephrase that. One thing. Ukraine. Wow, Ukraine. I am so sorry for your just troubles that the people are going through now. The government seems to just be, unable to help. Understandably so. Russia's just rolling in. And if you don't know what's going on 100%, I assume you do. But this also this summary, I'm going to say it's also for you guys to know how I see the whole situation. Because that way you'll be able to understand where my ideas are stemming from. So this is where it comes from what my sources, Russia owned Ukraine a while back, like 40 years ago. And then Ukraine eventually split off when a bunch of other countries split off because they couldn't keep control of it. And Russia's always felt like Ukraine is a part of them. This is my country. This is what I do. This is still my land, even though they're gone right now. Nah, like anytime I can go and take them back. Well, guess what? That anytime is right now. And Russia really feels that they've been slighted and says no. Well, let me go back a bit. But that's one reason right there. Russia's like, no, we're enacting that policy that we have always had, that you're Russian and we can't just have you split off into enemies. So which is the second part. See, Ukraine wanted to be a part of NATO, wanted to be a part of just the European Union, and wanted to be a part of just more Western Europe than Eastern. Understandably, because they just saw a bunch of other countries over there. They have values adopted that are more Western, and the reason they split away from Russia was because they felt that they're not Russian, that they don't deserve to be occupied by Russia, and they're not with that. That's not how they roll. So Putin, a few years ago, I'm going to say less than 10. I think it's 7, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't have my dates right. I'm more of a concept guy. I could not care less about dates, if I'm going to be completely honest. But if this is your first one, welcome. But no, this is realistically, I don't care, and it doesn't matter. What matters is Putin goes and he's like, look, a few years ago he tries to invade, puts a little pressure, puts a little power on Ukraine, like, hey, what's good? Like, Shawty, you were always mine. No, but this country, you were mine, and then they got pushed back. I don't know if it was political only or military pushback. There was pushback from Ukraine. And then Russia was kind of driven out. And that left a bad taste in its mouth. Really, really salty taste. Because Russia's felt that that's rightfully theirs, and that they're getting pushed around. And the thing about this isn't just, it doesn't work like in America. I hate that I said like, but it isn't as in America where one person can just go and send the people, boom, and now they have people and soldiers and objectives doing this thing. It's not usually as simple for a whole country to be against something. Like the president can send troops, but to declare war, it's a little different. And the message is because that person, the president, is powerful, but it's not like a king role. It's not a monarchy. It's still a democracy. Because of that, it's almost like a check when America does things, because you could say it's a bad president. Putin, great guy. I don't want to speak down on him, but no, seriously, he really is great. But the reality is that he is the face of Russia much more than a president, because I don't want to use the word dictator. I'm just going to say he calls the shots. So whatever his ideas are, what he believes in, are what is going to go. That's the way it runs. So this guy, maybe just conjecture, but personally he was feeling, hey, I got pushed out and I'm a little, I'm a little hurt. I'm feeling a certain type of way about getting pushed out of a country that I believe that is mine. That's like getting kicked out of my land. What the heck, man? And to make matters worse, the country's smaller than me. I mean, look, I'm Russia. What you mean you're gonna just push me around? Small little country. What do you... Wait, he probably went home that night just fuming. He was like, I can't believe I sent them to do something and we just get our butts kicked. And you know what Putin said? He said, no, I'm not getting my butt kicked. In fact, maybe it was a good thing that I got ran out, because now when I'm coming back next time, I'm going to put the chips into place. So I'm doing it right. And I assume he is doing it right this way. So we have the history of Russia, of it going away. And then we have how Russian leader, the history of how Ukraine was Russia. We have the Russian leader Putin, where Russia tried to go and take it back a few years ago. They didn't. And then we have Putin, who also believes that it should be there. So we have three things: country, history, and Putin. And then we had the sparking of the last thing. See, this is where it almost becomes justified. This is where I can understand why things that happened. And here's what happened, or at least what I heard. Because Ukraine wants to join NATO, wants to join the European Union, Russia is not with that, because that sends a message and it's scary to Russia. The idea of their next door neighbors being against them is already not a good one for Russia. They can't believe that. Imagine that your next door neighbors have guns, ergo nukes, pointed right at you at any point. So if you step out of line, it's not that they're gonna do it, but it's kind of like it's like pointing the finger at you and being like, ha ha ha, you can't do anything about it because look what I got. And I'm being the history, being how Russia, what they tried to do before, and being how Putin feels those three things. He went, no, because now I got two other reasons. I got the fact that militarily I'm in more danger, and now I have, it's not pride, but I have the idea that I'm also going to get pushed around again. You know, the world's telling me what to do again. I think that's Russia's biggest thing. Ain't no one telling me what to do. I'm Russia. And I understand it. I understand it because I wouldn't want huge missiles pointed where I call home either. That's not cool. And Ukraine is, as the classic saying goes, stuck between a rock and a hard place because you can't have, because if they join NATO or the European Union, one of the two, whatever, they can't, they're now defended, and it's almost like they're an enemy of Russia. But if they don't join it, they get no support, and they want to join it to get that support. But what we're saying is, as soon as we help you, now Russia's gonna be like, hey man, what you mean you're just, not only did you leave me, now you're switching sides on me? I can't have my neighbor with a shotty to my head. You know, I can't have him with a freaking almost cursed. I can't have him with a rifle pointed down my dome like constantly. So what does Russia do? Invades. So it almost even puts Russia at a hard place because they're where it's I don't want to say it's an excuse to invade because it's not. It's more of a reason. They already wanted to, so it seems like an excuse, but it's more as a reason because I don't think Russia would have invaded. They would have been just like, do your own thing. Maybe in time we can work something out. No, Ukraine goes behind their back, quote unquote. Russia's losing it. Therefore, now that they're sending troops in, it is causing mayhem. I saw a video. I can't believe it's just on the internet, on YouTube. This was on YouTube. A tank, there's a car driving, tank just runs over a car. I'm like, that guy just died like a bug. That guy literally, his gut, oh my, my brain, I don't think people, crazy. And it wasn't like the car was in the road. Car's going down the road on our side, right side, like in America, going down the road. Boom, tank going across the road, sees it, swerves into it, boom, make sure it goes over the passenger side. I'm like, that's a guy that just died right now for no reason. That guy had no ties to Russia being against it. That guy probably had no ties. I mean, I don't have a guarantee, but what I do have is a high likelihood that that guy was just trying to live his life. And guess what? Now he's dead. For pretty much no reason. No justifiable reason, in my opinion. You know? Because you could have just went and conquered it. No, now you have to kill civilians? Okay. Well, that's messed up. But as America, we're like, well, as soon as we do something, now there's a big war. And Europe's like, as soon as we do something, same thing. So now everyone is almost, I don't want to say, it's frustrated. We're frustrated at Ukraine because we're like, Ukraine, you kept knocking on our door, and we're like, stop coming over. Because if you do, I'm sure some countries were telling them to join, but we were like, stop going to European Union, stop going to NATO. They kept doing it. Russia's like, stop it. Also, everyone's chill right now. Let's stay chill. Ukraine don't want it. Boom, going over. Now people are dying. I feel so bad for the people. If you're in there, I pray for you. I hope you evacuate. I was watching a video of this guy just watching tanks, Russian tanks, just foomp, 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 right through the roads of Russia. Of Ukraine. I'm sitting there, well, soon to be Russia. And I'm sitting here like, get out of there, dude. I'm not staying there. The government of Ukraine is arming their people with guns. One, they should have already had guns. Two, they shouldn't even be in your country like that if you really could defend them. So three, they can't even defend your country. So Sorry. As a quick summary, let's go over it from the top. Russia used to own Ukraine. Putin tried to get Ukraine back. He couldn't. Putin is the head of Russia. Probably feels a certain way. Ukraine pushes the world's buttons, not just Russia's. And now people are dying. And I feel bad for them. But if you're in Ukraine, sorry for the culture. Move out of there. Governments will be governments. It's clear that while invading, Russia does not care to kill you. So, it'd be one thing if they're letting civilians go. But no, they ain't with it. So you shouldn't be with living there because you're going to die. Most likely. My heart goes out to everyone. And, yeah, it's a toughie. But that is going to be the video. I appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment. If you didn't, dislike, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this or more philosophical content. And yeah, I'm going to catch you on the next one. Cheers.